Dante's Inferno. As said by James J. Wilhelm, it is one of the most deeply serious works in world literature, concerned with nothing less than the relation of the Creator to his creatures and the ultimate destiny of the human soul. And yet it has room for not just grim irony, but scenes of generous good humor and even vulgar horseplay. In the seventh circle of the first ring lie the violent against their neighbors, the murderers and tyrants. Dante and Virgil sneak past an angry minotaur down a rocky ravine. They are met by a group of centaurs carrying bows to shoot any souls attempting to escape. The centaurs realize Dante is still alive. Nessus, one of the centaurs, takes Dante around the rocky ring. The souls in the ravine are submerged in a river of boiling blood. Those who cause the most bloodshed in their lives are submerged the deepest in death. Nessus points out the souls of Alexander the Great and Attila the Hun, who are submerged to the brow. Sources from the Liberal Arts Instructional Technology Services explains that in classical mythology, the centaurs are perhaps best known for their uncouth, violent behavior. In the seventh circle of the second ring lie the violent against themselves or their possessions, suicides and squanderers. Those who've committed suicide are bound to dark, gnarled forests and forced to spend eternity within the trees. Through the forest, Dante hears suffering cries but cannot find the source. Virgil tells him to snap a branch off one of the trees. The soul within the tree responds. He tells the story of how he committed suicide after the court of Emperor Frederick spread horrible lies about him. When the soul is cast into the forest, they begin as saplings, growing into tall trees over time. The harpies that live within the forest swoop down and peck apart the bark and branches. Snapping a branch off the tree causes the soul as much pain as having an arm or leg ripped off. The body they've abandoned hangs on their soul tree, forcing them to watch that body for all of eternity. M.G. of the Collegiate School of 1997 says, "This scene is important in that it was directly influenced by Virgil's Aeneid, and it is an intensification of the graphic imagery and metaphors used, almost to the point of being a different interpretation altogether." Dante's Inferno has been retold through an incredibly diverse field of media. Dante's story has been told through the surrealist paintings of Salvador Dali, the gritty RPG by Verserial Games, and the 2008 stop-motion film by director Sean Meredith. All these different medias have taken Dante's words and morphed them into their own original stories. In Verserial Games' interpretation, the soul Dante encounters in the Forest of Suicides is the soul of his mother. Dante's backstory is the focus in the video game. It portrays Dante as a fearless warrior, fighting for the soul of his lover Beatrice. Original idea. Dante's Inferno is a classic, enjoyed and interpreted by people worldwide.